Great. Okay, today we're talking about silence, or actually, after a while I was writing and preparing this, I was thinking, maybe I should call it solitude, because that was actually what came up when I started preparing for this session. And as you know, we do on Saturdays Power of Eight sessions and meditation classes or themes like this. Last week, I have to tell you this, last week we did the Power of Eight for uh, Makisha, oh, I don't remember her name anymore, and Manmohan, a couple. First time we did an intention session for a couple. And the intention was that the guy in the couple, Manmohan, would speak up, and there were some Indian cultural difficulties there in that relationship that prevented him from being closer to her. Anyway, we did the intention, and we set the intention that he would speak up and would follow his heart and heal their relationship, so that the cultural, in typical cultural difficulties, India, that he wouldn't care so much about that, but just follow his heart. And guess what? After we were done with the group intention. Guess what happened? Within a few hours, after a month or more of silence, he called her. So that's how group intention works. So we got a big thank you for that, and actually the request to do more for them. We'll see. Maybe we do a short session tomorrow, or just ask you guys that were there during the meditation session, the intention session, to hold the intention just for yourself for over 10 minutes one more time, just to help those two a little bit more. So, great. Enough about that. I want to talk about solitude. And let me see. The Vice President of Research and Professor of Pharmacology and Physiology, Dr. Leo M. Chalupa, he said once time that solitude, a National Day of Absolute Solitude would do more to improve the brains of all Americans than any other one-day program. Well, what counts for Americans, American brain must count for non-American brains as well, I guess. But he was also pointing out that if we wouldn't let everyday stress and everyday life impact us so much continuously, we just would take a time out for, well, a day, 24 hours in solitude, our brains would function much better. It would be a healing experience nevertheless. I can totally agree, but who wants to be in completely solitude for 24 hours a day? I don't know. What do you do yourself, when you're alone? Come from a walk, you get into the house, you sit down, and you are alone. What happens then? Do you sit for 24 hours, or for a couple of hours, just doing nothing, in silence? I guess many people will turn on the TV, pick up their phone, just to fill that solitude with something else, a distraction. But solitude and silence has been proven to be very helpful. And in 2006, there was an American study done by Alicia Goldstein, who is a clinical psychologist. And he, well, not discovered, but he could conclude with that even 5 minutes of completely solitude a day had great benefits for health, both physical and mental health. So You don't need 24 hours, though it's very good. And some people even go on silence retreats, for example, for a week, where it's a retreat where people gather but don't talk to each other and even prefer not to look at each other even, and do several meditation sessions a day, often taking an hour or more, and just be completely silent. It sounds scary maybe, I don't know. Do you think it sounds scary? You can type a comment in the chat. I know people who, for example, moved from one country to another to be in more solitude, to be away from the stress of everyday life, to be away from so many people around them. They moved to another country, thinking that would be much better for them. They got so scared of the silence. They were so uncomfortable that after, well, within a year, they moved back again. So it's not for the faint-hearted, but because you get confronted with yourself at some point. And if you're not very pleased with yourself or don't have much accept for yourself, ending up in solitude for a couple of hours might be very confronting. Anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to simulate a little bit of solitude, silence, not for hours, not for half an hour, but let's try complete silence for at least 5 minutes. So this is one of those rare guided meditations where I finally shut up and don't talk to you for at least 5 minutes. Do you think it will be hard for me? I don't think so. I can be in silence as well. But what will happen if you are not a seasoned meditator, and also if you are a seasoned meditator, it will happen nevertheless. Thoughts will start running through your mind, and some will take you with them and your mind wanders off. And that's the practice, because every time you notice your mind wandering off, just slowly, gently, without judgment, get back to your breath, because that's our anchor. We're going to anchor in our breath. Hold on to that. And as we do that, we are in the present moment. And you will still notice thoughts coming by, feelings coming up. And try to be the passenger. Try to be the witness. Don't act on it. Just look at them. Just notice those thoughts. Notice those feelings. You can give it a label if you want to. If your thought about your cat comes up, you just in your mind say, oh, a thought about my cat or just cat. Could be anything. Try to not to get carried away with all the thoughts that come, just like in an autumn storm where the leaves passing by, those thoughts are the leaves, just let them pass by. They are there, acknowledge them, notice them, they will pass by and the new ones come. And then you will also notice that if you practice this silence or solitude, that actually you aren't very alone, you are with your thoughts. There isn't much silence, your thoughts are coming up. So, but just observe them. That observing of your thoughts is very healing. It makes your nervous system balance, it makes your mind balance itself just by observing what is happening. You will notice at the end of the session that you are in a totally different state of being. And most likely, well, 100% certain, quite relaxed, and with renewed energy to get on with the rest of your day. Okay, let's get started. No music this time. I will shortly guide you into meditation, and then we are silent for at least 5 minutes. Please find a comfortable position. Make sure you have good enough support. And as always, you know me, we start off by just centering ourselves, just grounding and getting ready for this meditation, just letting things go of the day, things you don't need. We do that by taking a good, nice inhale and exhale and relax your body. Just let it out. Just relax. Another nice inhale. And exhale and relax your body. Feel yourself getting centered. And another nice deep inhale. Pause and exhale and get ready for this wonderful meditation. Just time for yourself, just a time in solitude and silence. Close your eyes, you just hear my voice. Just retreat from everyday life, from the world around you. For now it's just you and me, and in a little while it's just you and everything you are. That wonderful, fantastic, beautiful being that you are. Magical being. Breathe normally. On your next exhale, I want you just to relax a little bit more. Perfect. And breathe a little bit slower. A little bit slower than you usually would do. And a little bit deeper and calmer. And as you do that, your body knows that it is in a safe place. Just notice where you feel your breath the most. Do you feel your breath the most in your nostrils, back of your throat, your chest, or maybe your tummy? Just notice where you feel your breath the most. Move your attention there and notice how the breath goes in and out. Just notice in and out. Keep following the breath. It's your anchor, it keeps you in the present. It's your divine presence right there. Breathing in and out. Keep following your breath. Keep it nice and calm, peaceful. And just know that if at any moment during this meditation you notice your mind has wandered off, just without judgment, gently move your focus back to your breath. That your mind wanders off, that your thoughts go all over the place, that's normal. It doesn't say anything about how good or bad you are at meditating. And actually, you noticing it is a little victory in itself. Be kind to yourself and hold on to follow your breath and just be. Just be. Any thoughts might come up, some feelings, emotions. That's okay. Notice them and notice that as you get back to your breath, they will go away and new ones will come, and that's all okay. Just observe what is happening as you are just yourself, and you just be. Just be. I'm going to give you 5 minutes to just be. Just be yourself. Very good, everyone. Now, let's just get slowly back out of this meditation. Just by noticing the room you are in, noticing any sounds in the room, just by taking a nice deep inhale and exhale as you move your body back and forth and from side to side. And wiggle your fingers and toes. And when you are ready, come back to the group and open your eyes. Just for a few seconds, just notice how you feel. Think about how it went. Also without judgment, it went well or it didn't went well for you, doesn't matter. It went. It happened. That's what matters. You did it. You practiced 5 minutes, it was almost 6 minutes. Silence meditation. Observing your thoughts. Maybe some of you got caught up in them. Maybe some feelings came up, some emotions. Maybe you had a struggle, maybe not. Maybe you succeeded in just observing. Giving it a place. Now let it go again. No matter what happened, what you felt or what you did, or isn't anything bad, it's all good. And you will notice that if you do this more often, just 5 minutes of silence, if you had difficulties, it will become easier. If it was already easy for you, you will notice other benefits as well. Throughout the day, when you do your work, your everyday chores, you will notice you will become less caught up in certain situations that you normally would get caught up in. So, okay, I hope you enjoyed this short session, and I hope to see you back soon again. At least on Monday, and Tuesday I will be here as well for chakra meditation. On Monday we will do a heart-brain coherence, I guess, like we used to do. And then we are back again on Saturday, most likely with a power of 8 or another meditation class. We'll see. Okay, thank you so much for joining today. Have a wonderful rest of your day and weekend. And namaste. Take good care, everyone.